For a human, a good way to enhance his frequency, there has to be a release, a good response for the human thoughts collectively that allows you to upward push up frequency. This is in order that, like a flower bud, the human mind can open up and rise its frequency to satisfy the cosmic pressure coming out of the ethereal world, an area we call time and area. As a result, activating the strength force subject, this is the barrier between the visible world and the invisible world. We all have a head spirit. This is with us before we even import this earth planet, almost like a spiritual advisor. The head spirit knows us, but we do not know him. That head spirit has been assigned to our adventure, and is aware of what's to come and what's to emerge us. It's tasked to guide us to our actual path, whether we walk on a bed of nails to get there or we experience a storm. That same spirit will, itself, create negative reviews in our life. Sure, your protecting advisor, it's the same one which could open the door for demons within the form of normal people to attack you, whether this is directly or through indirect deception. While you begin your spiritual journey, you may first meet upon deception. It is the opener of the way to simplest he who is worthy of the path he has discovered. This deception will take place itself in many forms that you will not, without wisdom or patience, recognize. It is able to come to you inside the shape of an elaborately dressed priest or priestess that fits your creativeness of a spiritual existence, or an enemy inside the shape of a friend or family member, or maybe someone in need of your help or advice. This deception is one granted by way of spirit through the frame of a human, and all because you choose to stroll a spiritual path. Intellectual blockages is while the thoughts of a person is utilized by himself against him. This occurs in how someone thinks and believes, and also how a person absorbs and holds onto negative things. Individuals' terrible behaviors actually impacts the thoughts, leaving a spiritual influence upon his spiritual self, most often to him or her. What has this character blocked the usage of his intellectual schools? He has blocked excellent fitness and well-being for himself, and actually, believe it or not, for his family or those around him. How is that this feasible? People oftentimes do no longer recognize that their personal mental power can rise or destroy those they love or who are blood related to them. This is mental energy, and this force is as sturdy as the sun's rays upon the earth while it shines. We've all, at instances, slipped into a kingdom of being wherein we feel more present, expansive, linked, and alive than normal. It can show up whilst you are absolutely absorbed in something you love doing, in a moment of profound presence, such as at some stage in childbirth, or whilst you witness a scene of severe splendor inclusive of a spectacular sunset. It turned into so astounding, my mind was stunned into silence. Time stopped. I felt a superb feel of presence, stillness, and connection in what seemed like one impossibly long moment. I know it appears like an old cliche, but I felt like I was one with everything. And then the idea hit me. I have to run again into the house to fetch my camera. I just like that. The enjoy become gone. I snapped instantly returned into my wounded mind. And this is the key with top experiences. They take place in the absence of thought, interest, while something stuns the mind into silence. Human beings involved in traffic accidents or soldiers in the battlefield also report some rippling of time slowing down or being overcome by an outstanding experience of peace and presence. All of these items are necessarily as every act as a spiritual message. In the invisible world, this is connected to the material world. But the arrival expertise and power and its effect upon the superstitious is not lost at the spiritual elder. He is aware that those spiritual codes double as ordinary gold, and that even without sacred, which means the sight of them elicit the equal response from the normal man: awe and fear, belief and obedience. A religious blockage is a travel along one's adventure that begins within the spiritual or invisible form before taking its manifestation on your physical existence adventure. Someone who has the qualifications but cannot get a process and wonders what's happening is experiencing blockages. A woman or a person who cannot get married or have an accomplice or kids is experiencing the identical. Likewise, someone who has difficulty finding prosperity or fulfillment, no matter how many hours they work or how difficult they try, and all of a sudden existence appears very tough. Whatever that contracts any person's life is a spiritual block. Now, the factor we should parent out is wherein is that this block coming from, and how do you remove it?